Sebastian's disappearance remains unsolved, with crucial leads ignored by authorities.
One World Media on July 1st, and I just want to quickly go over this before we get into anything else. All right, so you guys, again, if you guys are close to the area in February, they're going to have they're going to put something together for Sebastian. If you're local, please go out there and hand these flyers and help Seth. Seth is nearly begging for help, and nobody's freaking helping him. All right, what's up, underscores Michael? Happy Friday, my guy. How you doing? All right, let's all right, so he needs help. All right, now July 1st, 2025, Fort Worth, Texas. Sebastian last visually seen leaving the Texas Roadhouse in Hendersonville, Tennessee. On that evening of February 25th, has now been missing for 16 months. All right, this was in July. Essential questions and pervasive information continues to hinder the investigation, giving these critical investigative gaps and ongoing misinformation threats. Independent investigators and at-night creative intelligence now urgently call to immediate and comprehensive federal intervention. And we absolutely need that. Sebastian vanished under suspicious circumstances after dining at the restaurant with his mother. At that time, he was 15 years old, approximately 5'5", weighed about 120 pounds, wore a black shirt with Yoda blue jeans, and had a square frame glasses. Sebastian has high-functioning autism and rare chromosomal syndrome. Despite exhaustive searches, nothing has been confirmed of Sebastian since that night. All right. Unprecedented effort. We've got at night here. Dog the bounty hunter came forward. They put a pool of $447,000, part of a broader $500,000 reward. Key unanswered, is Sebastian still alive? Was his disappearance planned or spontaneous? Did he leave the reported residence barefoot? Local authorities have never confirmed, whether Sebastian's shoes were recovered. Now, despite, sorry about that. Hold on real quick. The dogs are just going crazy. Oh, party people in the house. I don't even need my headphones on right now. Chris knows what Katie did. I love you guys. I just love this crew. Come on in, guys. Happy Friday. You're not too late. You're right on time. If you just rolled in, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your community. And at the end of the show, we're giving away a Visa gift card, and we're giving away another guilty of crime stocking filled with guilty of crime things and whatever else the girls want to do. All right, so at the end of the show, let's get to that goal and get some stuff for Christmas for everybody. All right, now listen, no evidence of him running away. All right, independent body language have reviewed the extensive footage and found no indications that Sebastian intended to run away. Surveillance footage captured at 3:10 a.m. on February 26th shows two unidentified individuals with flashlights behind and near a Proudfoot residence. Strongly suggesting third-party involvement, especially given that the stepfather was allegedly away and his mother was reportedly asleep at home at the time. All right. Additionally, canine teams lost Sebastian sent abruptly at a roadside, a circumstance more consistent with forced vehicular transport than voluntary. All right. Let me just tell you real quick. I'm going to read you the critical ransom tip that was ignored. And then, guys, we're going to get into this. I mean, I want to hug and kiss 5D. I don't know who 5D is, but I couldn't have put a better video together than this. And you guys know I go live. I don't really cut my videos up. I go live because I just don't have time. All right. I don't have time to do all that. All right, guys, let's get hyped up. Come on. You can do it, y'all. Let's go. Let's get hyped. Get off your drama channels. Get off your drama channels and come here. Sebastian needs help. Seth needs help. All right. We need these parents to come clean. We all know Chris and Katie know where Sebastian is and what they've done. God's going to get them. All right. Yeah. 5D is wonderful. I don't know who they are, but amen to them. God bless them. All right. Crazy, crazy tip, guys. The crazy tip that was ignored. All right. All right. On June 23rd, 2025, National Tip Line received a credible tip involving a $30,000 USDT cryptocurrency ransom demand. Now, remember, the person that sent this to them was the lady that brought this information to me. Okay. So she brought that to me. I would love to get her on the show. Please check your email, twin mommy. You don't tell anyone what you got just yet, but just check your email, please. I sent you something for Christmas for the boys. All right. Okay. Now, listen, that was the person that tipped it in. Now, listen carefully. So they sent a $30,000 cryptocurrency ransom demand, a linked digital wallet, and evidence suggesting Sebastian had been trafficked to Cancun, Mexico. All right. Supporting documentation and screenshots indicated that payment would yield proof of life and access to a witness employed at a local hotel. Now, At Night immediately escalated this critical lead to FBI, TBI, and National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and Sumner County SCSO. Follow-up communications on June 23rd and 24th and 25th included multiple emails and a call to local authorities. The ransom demand explicitly outlined a criminal conspiracy, active threats, a ransom demand, and cross-border trafficking. Grounds warranted an immediate federal kidnapping investigation. Shockingly, no agency acknowledged or acted upon this lead until a licensed investigator hired by Mr. Seth Rogers, operating near the relevant region, intervened. So nobody did anything but Seth chimed in and he got a private investigator to help. At Night documented the lack of response in a June 25 memo, warning authorities of the severity of disregarding this federally mandated trafficking tip, which again, many of you guys think that Sebastian was trafficked. All right. I know you do because I've heard it. So many people say, I think he was trafficked. I think he was sold. If that's the case, why wouldn't law enforcement pay attention to this tip? What if he was alive? Now, this lady sent me the information about these people with vehicles and dash cams. I got all of it. I'm probably going to do another show, but I just want you to know what's going on behind the scenes. Now, my 17-year-old son, jackass, but he is my jackass, and I would not sleep until he was found. Right, the jab. Abso-freaking-lutely. We're all with you. All right, now listen. Okay, only later that day did local authorities respond, briefly stating, consider your tip acknowledged. The tip is being investigated by the FBI. Since then, no further updates, clarifications, or actions have been communicated to At Night or the tip source. The failure to properly investigate poses significant risks. If this tip was fraudulent and At Night prematurely committed reward funds, the capacity to respond to genuine demands are compromised. All right, this is an unacceptable delay that jeopardizes Sebastian's safety. And you guys, however many of you guys think that Sebastian was given away, sold for monetary gain, sold for money, whatever, or trafficked, this would be the lead you should almost have to do this. All right. So the public demand was the public was asking for a demand on a credible lead. Every supporting documentation was there and they did nothing. All right. So I ask you, is Tennessee law enforcement corrupt, especially and specifically in SCSO? Each day without decisive action increases the risk of permanent loss. Again, guys, I don't think that Sebastian is with us anymore. All right. And again, so anyway, this kidnapping circumstances, international trafficking crimes is absolutely necessary for FBI to intervene, and they didn't. And there's more on here. An April 6th forensic lead overlooked. Anonymous tip labeled Treehouse Tip was submitted to Sebastian's reward tip line. consistently solely of a photo depicting a tent. You guys remember that. The image prominently displayed an email address presenting a immediate forensic lead, although no metadata, no timestamps, GPS. The visual content itself was provided actionable investigative leads. At night, conducted a detailed forensic analysis, recommending urgent law enforcement follow-up. This included tracing the email address, analyzing the tent and surrounding items, or missing persons case, and preserving the images as evidence. All right, this detailed forensic report categorizing the tip as potentially significant and deserving escalation. It was submitted to law enforcement, including FBI's Rescue Me unit and Sumner County. Despite the clear recommendations, no documented action has been taken by SCSO or TBI. To date, there's been no feedback, acknowledgement, or indication of investigative follow through regarding this lead. The lack of action in this credible forensic tip is alarming, demonstrating a concerning and unacceptable pattern being overlooked. All right, guys, Mama Sage, good to see you, my friend. $4.99 super sticker. How you doing? All right, now we're gonna do a little bit of a palate cleanser, so I can stop talking too. This is brilliant. I got some brilliant videos here today, and I hope the way that I put it together, I hope that you guys enjoy how I put it together, because I what I do is I take a bunch of different pieces of a puzzle, I put them together, and that's how I make y'all's episode. All right. Yes, holes everywhere in this case, but I take those holes, I fill those gaps, I put it together for y'all. I want to believe he's still with us. Yeah, I don't think he is. I don't want to say that, especially when Seth rolls in here, because he really believes and he has hope that Sebastian will come back to him alive. I'm looking at statistics, and statistically, number one, you've got this autistic 17-year-old boy. Number two, law enforcement is doing nothing. Number three, his other two parents are not looking for him at all. All right. Don't sass back. Jay, thanks for supporting Seth and remembering Sebastian. Where are Seth's parents? I'm going to show you right now. His mom was vocal in the beginning. Not really. All right, let's keep going. But love you, girl. Love you. All right. Love all you guys. I'm so glad to see you. What's up, Saucy? I just love when Saucy rolls in here. All right, let's remove this bad boy. And guys, this is brilliant. I did this one time with Jen Soto.
Since the very first time, you were the last person to see him.
Jen Soto, and I showed her with other guilty parents the comparison of guilty knowledge and guilty people, and it lined right up. So in this video, Letitia Stout, Gannon Stout's stepmom, she talked to the media, she interjected, she had things to say, she called the police, and yet she ultimately was convicted for killing her stepson. All right, we're going to compare that to Katie. All right, let's keep going. Much love, $500,000 offered, and absolutely no one. Well, they're not doing anything. They're not taking it serious. They have not even officially called it a crime. How could you get anything if they're not even looking at it like that? Yes, Nancy, we are the best. We have the best mods on YouTube. All right, hands down. It's sad, but the parents can't handle the spectrum who's getting older. And that's what I thought, Deb. I thought something happened with Katie and Sebastian. She panicked. She couldn't even get her words together. So what she did was, in my opinion, called Chris and said, I need your help. We got to clean this up. He said, I'm coming home right now. Stay on the phone with me. All right. Again, this is what I've said since the beginning. Blessed in Florida. Welcome to the Crime Crew family. I'm blessed to have you here. All right. Let's go with this. And then we're going to get back into the tip line. I want you guys to hear more about, not tip line, but the actual scenario with the person.
Since the very first time, you were the last person to see him. Is that right?
Correct.
What did you see when you last saw him?
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about anything with the case.
I'm not allowed to talk about anything with the case. All right. Again, I don't think I need to say anything, but Julie Bug, what's up? Good evening, Jay and Crime Crew family. Choo choo. Now listen, girl.